Hey there, superstar. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to get testimonials from clients. First, I'm going to cover why testimonials are so important for you to get and use in your business. Then I'm going to dive into what are the kinds of testimonials you can gather, and in my opinion, the most effective ones. We're going to talk about how to select the people that you want to get testimonials from, how to ask a client for a testimonial, how to structure a testimonial more effectively, and what to do with your testimonials once you collect them. Let's go. First of all, we all know how good it feels when somebody wants to buy from us and we hardly have to do a thing. Where people just come to us and they're like, I know all about you, I've heard of you, I know how awesome you are, let me work with you, let me buy your product or service, right? That feels so good. Well, that is what social proof, aka testimonials, help us do. We let other people do some of the selling, if not all of the selling, for us. Research shows that testimonials and social proof are extremely effective in helping to create like and trust, which we know are two really important components. And when someone sees someone else talking about you, you're not the one saying it about yourself, which can seem self-serving, right? People can automatically be a little bit jaded, a little bit cynical, and be like, well, of course she's telling me she's awesome, she's trying to sell me something. But if you have a genuine, authentic testimonial from somebody, that can go a lot further in helping somebody trust you because it's not coming from you, right? It's coming from somebody else. Which, of course, leads to the conversation about, well, who are you gathering testimonials from? It is really important that you choose people who are representative of the people you're trying to sell to. You want the people, your prospects that are going to be watching these testimonials, you want them to relate to the person that you're getting the testimonials from. So you want to pick people who are relatable and who have a similar issue to the ones who you want to sell to. This is one of the reasons, by the way, that we see endorsements all the time. Why do you think that athletes get these huge sums of money from companies to endorse their products or services? It's because we already know these athletes. We know them, we like them, we trust them. So when they endorse a product or service or a pair of sneakers, people are much more likely to be interested in them, right? So we're just basically using that same psychology to promote and sell our products and services, our coaching products and services. So what you'll want to do, first thing, is to maybe reframe a little bit the word testimonial. Because testimonials tend to be, in my opinion, mostly bad, meaning that they're mostly not that effective. When you ask a client, hey, could you give me a testimonial? Leaving it open-ended like that, and you let the client be in charge of the testimonial, my guess is you're going to get not very good testimonials. Like maybe once in a while, you're going to get an outstanding testimonial that you couldn't have written better yourself. But most of the time, you're going to get something that sounds something like this. Michelle is awesome to work with. I really enjoyed working with her. She's great. You should hire her. Which is lovely, right? It's wonderful that they believe that and they think that, but it's not a very effective testimonial. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to reframe a testimonial as something completely new and different. Or at least it was new and different when I started doing it. And that is, we're going to start looking at them as case studies instead of testimonials. Now, before I get into what all that means, I do want to take this moment just to invite you briefly to like this video, subscribe to my channel so that you'll get notified when I drop new videos, which I'm doing all the time, pretty much every single day. And also maybe post a comment below on your experience with testimonials and case studies. All right, let's get back to it. So what do I mean by a case study? A case study is meaty. There's content in there. There's even learning in there. There's actual value in a case study that a testimonial generally doesn't have. And so what that does is a few things. Number one is it delivers more value to the prospect. It gives them more to sink their teeth into. So what that looks like is I like to use a 4-part structure. Now you can embellish this, you can add to this, but I would not take away from this. This structure is pretty sound, and it's been working for me for years. Now, before I dive into the structure exactly, I do want to give a little bit of a pre-frame on how you go about gathering these testimonials to maximize their impact. So what I would recommend doing is, if at all possible, doing a video interview to gather these testimonials. Why video? Well, number one, because video, you can actually take the video and then use it. You can put it into a video, you can post it on social media, you can post the video on your website. It is the most effective medium to convey your case study. On top of that, from video, you can collect written testimony. You can have it transcribed, and you can pull the pieces and turn them into quotes that you can put on your brochures, on your website, on your landing pages, on your email signature, wherever. So that's the first thing. Number one, I highly recommend doing this as a video, doing this as an interview, and then pulling the transcript from that. Let's talk about the actual structure. What are the 4 questions? What is the 4-part structure to gather a really effective case study that you can use as a testimonial? The structure is before, during, after, next. So let's start with before. Before is where you ask the client, on the video screen ideally, what was life like before you started working with me? Or what was life like before you invested in this program? What was life like? What was business like? What was your health like? What was whatever the thing is like before? What made you want to enroll in this? The second thing you're looking for is during. What was the work that we did together? What was the most meaningful, transformational, and effective work that we actually did? This is the during. This is actually the work that you did together. Then, once you've got a really good, solid answer on that, moving into the after. All right, so now that you completed that work, what was the result? What came out of it, right? Did your business grow? Is your health better? How does that feel, right? You not only want to dive into the results, but also the result of the results. How did that change their lives? How does it feel? We want to dive not just into the intellectual part of what you did together, but also the emotional part. That's really where people connect the most. And then finally, next is, where do you see yourself going from here? What's now possible as a result of having done this, right? Let's say you're a health coach, and before they were struggling, they had no energy, they didn't feel good, they were feeling sick, they were inflamed, whatever. The during is, hey, we revamped the way I eat. We added, exercise that I love doing. I built muscle or whatever. And then the after is, well, I feel great. I have more energy than ever. I feel 10 years younger. I look 10 years younger, whatever that looks like. And then finally, that next piece is, now I'm going to go run a marathon or something, or now I'm gonna, I'm a better role model to my children now, and I believe that they will develop better habits as a result of the work that I did, right? Whatever that longer term new trajectory is, you'll want your client to speak to that. So that's the structure, and that's how I recommend gathering testimonials. Now, last thing I want to say about this, people always ask, well, how do I ask for a testimonial? How do I get this from a client? I would recommend making it really easy for your client. Don't make them do a lot of work. It's a lot easier to say, hey, let's just hop on a Zoom for 15 minutes and I'll record it, than to say, hey, write me this whole testimonial and send it to me by email or put it on my LinkedIn. And I really get the value of LinkedIn. And if that's a really big place where you source leads, you absolutely will want to put it in there. But even for that, you can still do the interview. You can still get the transcript on Zoom. You can still send them what you would like them to say from their interview, send it to them and let them just post it on LinkedIn. Make it easy for them. Don't make them do the work. Do as much of the work for them and with them as you can, because they're doing you a huge favor. If you're a coach and you're looking to grow your coaching business and you're looking for marketing and sales strategies to grow more effectively, let's connect. You can learn more about me and my programs and how I can work with you and help you at superstaractivator.com/go.